the dynasty Egypt tried to forget? Nubia's kings of the Nile. Beneath the shifting sands of the Nile's southern banks lies a legacy rarely told in the halls of pharaohs, Nubia, the land that rose to challenge Egypt's memory. Long before the pyramids of Giza reached for the sky, there was Ta-Seti, an ancient Nubian realm. Here, rulers sat on thrones draped in leopard skins, wearing tall white crowns that Egypt would later claim as its own. Their pottery, weapons, and sacred symbols speak of a culture already sophisticated when Egypt was still finding its voice. South of Aswan, the kingdom of Kerma flourished. For nearly 1,000 years, it commanded the trade routes that carried gold, ivory, incense, and exotic animals along the Nile. Its capital was a city of monumental mud brick structures, where warriors in feathered headdresses guarded vast storehouses, and artisans crafted treasures prized across the ancient world. In time, a new power rose, Kush. Centered first at Nubia and later at Meroe, this kingdom mastered ironworking, built its own pyramids, and raised temples to Ammonius, Isis, and their own gods. Its rulers were heirs to both African and Nile traditions, shaping a culture both familiar to Egypt and entirely distinct. Then, in the 8th century BCE, the river's current turned. King Pi marched north, crossing Egypt's borders not as a conqueror alone, but as a restorer. He claimed the two lands and established the 25th dynasty. Under Pi, Shabaka, and Taharka, the kings whom history would call the Black Pharaohs, Egypt's temples were rebuilt, its ceremonies revived, its ancient glory renewed. Yet theirs was no simple imitation. In Nubian court life, the Queen Mother held unmatched influence. In their art, Nubian features and traditions stood proudly beside Egyptian forms. This was a fusion of two civilizations, united under one crown, yet each retaining its soul. But power is fragile. The Assyrian war machine swept into the Nile Valley, its armies burning cities and breaking dynasties. Thebes fell, and the Nubian rulers withdrew to their southern heartland. In Egypt's own records, their memory was diminished, their reign framed as a foreign interlude best forgotten. Still, the sands kept their secrets. In the desert hills of Sudan, the small, steep pyramids of Nubia stand against the wind. Hieroglyphs carved by their hands still praise the kings who once ruled from both Nubia and Thebes. Their story survives, not as Egypt's footnote, but as a chapter of its own. For history, like the Nile, has many sources. And the dynasty Egypt tried to forget still flows through the memory of the river, uniting its northern and southern kingdoms in the story of one great, shared past.